Okay, so good day to each and everyone. So I am Engineer Wendell C. Garcia, and I'm going to present this research entitled Integrating Solar-Powered Light in Aircraft Chocks. Okay, so the authors of this study are Dumlao George Russell, Manyanglong Machu, Mendoza Eunice Kelly, Reliosa Ricci, and Yao Kerr. And for the co-author, Engineer Wendell C. Garcia. So we are from Philippine State College of Aeronautics, Basa Air Base Campus. So let's me start po. For the introduction, in the aviation industry, it is in safety where they place their highest attention in order to minimize the risk for both the aircraft and personnel, especially for those who are working on the ground. There is several safety equipment used when servicing an aircraft. One of these is the aircraft wheel chocks. Um, that seem to be simple yet are arguably one of the most important pieces of aircraft ground safety equipment. So aircraft wheels chocks are fastened tightly against the wheels to prevent unintentional movement of the aircraft while being serviced or operated on the ground. So when not in use, it is often placed on a ramp close to the terminal for easy access. So chocks are an important safety device and their proper use is crucial for preventing accidents during aircraft maintenance, loading and unloading, and towing. Okay, so the conventional chocks are commonly made from wood and painted po bright colors to make them quite visible. So usually po color yellow po yung color po ng mga chocks. Okay? So for the background of the study, chocks are responsible for preventing the aircraft from moving by blocking the wheels from the front and behind. So conventional chocks in the aviation industry are usually made of rubber, wood, or certain metal that are wedge shape. Heavy rains and other hazardous weather conditions can loosen the aircraft from the chocks, which leads to risk or of unwanted aircraft movements. So installation of momentary push button and LED lights will help indicate whether the chocks are properly placed or detached. So yellow LED lights are installed to increase visibility of the chocks, particularly in low visibility conditions. So it is found that in fog, haze, and other low visibility condition, yellow and amber were the most visible colors po para makita po agad yung chocks. Okay? So for our statement of the problem, number one, what is the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of name, position, and length of service? Number two, what is the assessment regarding solar-powered light chocks in terms of handling, durability, safety, and visibility? Okay. So number three, what are the significant advantage of the solar-powered light chocks? And lastly, number four, what are the suggestions and recommendations of the respondents? So for our hypothesis, number one, the solar-powered light chocks handling capability is convenient for the aircraft mechanics to use. Number two, the chocks are visible in any kind of weather conditions and at the given particular distance. And the materials employed are durable and resistant to all type of weather. Number three, the use of solar-powered light chocks will have a significant impact on the ground operation in terms of safety by indicating if the wheels and chocks are properly secured together. So for our scope and limitations, this study suggests improving of ground safety by installing lights in aircraft chocks. The installation of light in aircraft chocks will be evaluated by 40 respondents po, no? At Omni Aviation in Clark, Pampanga. So the integrated aircraft chocks are intended to be used for the safety of the ground personnel aircraft in the field operation and storing of the aircraft only. Okay? So this study is limited in the analysis of performance of materials po used in chocks for light aircraft only. So the researchers sought assistance from a professional in the field of electronics to find the suitable components and assembling po yung buong circuit. Okay? So for our conceptual framework, we use the IPO. So for the input, increasing safety measure while retaining sustainability in ground operations using solar-powered LED lights on conventional chocks to indicate proper installation. Then for the process, we use survey questionnaire, validation of forms, material testing, data gathering, statistical treatment and analysis, and interpretation of data. For the output, usefulness and efficacy of sustainable integrated chocks, escalating the safety rate in ground operations, particularly amid low visibility conditions, such as hazardous weather and nightmare. Okay? So for our project design, so this design aims to produce a compact, portable, and yet functional product. So each component added to the chocks has a small form factor to retrofit all while retaining the chocks original size. So for the figure 2, these are the solar powered light chocks. And for the figure 3, illustration of the solar powered light chocks with dimensions po. So for the dimensions of materials used in solar power light chocks, ito po yung mga dimensions na mga ginamit namin para mabuo yung chocks. Okay? Then, for the materials naman po, ito naman po yung list of materials na ginamit for the construction of chocks. So hindi ko na po isa-isahin para umabot po sa time. So for the project development, so the initial design of the aircraft chocks is being done in SketchUp to visually aid us on what adjustment and alterations we can create. No? So this will save us time and money upon constructing the prototype. Moreover, we the researchers determine the current problems that our mechanics encountered while using the conventional chocks, no? Thus, innovating the conventional chocks by installing solar-powered light in aircraft chocks to improve ground safety. So most of the components are attached on the wood. Therefore, most of the cutting and curving will be done here. So choose a wood that is heavy, hard, has high resistance to water, and great strength to bear the pressure the aircraft will impose. So after all the curving procedures are done, an electric hand drill is used to create the pathways for the stranded wire that connects all the components. So there are 5 holes to be made in each block. Okay? So for the mounting of cables naman po, in this stage, the components are connected together with stranded electrical wires. So there are 3 components attached to the printed circuit board or the PCB of the solar panel. So namely the momentary push button, the 3 LED lights, and the rechargeable battery. So for the figure 7, this is the schematic diagram of solar powered light chocks, and for the figure 8, this is the legends of the schematic diagram of solar powered light chocks. So for the assembly, on the drilled hole in the concave, we insert the momentary push button with wires attached into it. So these wires are connected to the rechargeable battery and solar panel for it to activate every time the wheels are secured. Okay. So for our operation and testing procedures, so the conventional chocks and these integrated chocks have the same operation procedure. Thus, no additional effort is conducted in making this integrated mechanism work. So as usually done, place the chocks in front and behind the wheel, making sure that the buttons are being pressed or touched by it. So when the button is pressed, the LED lights will light up, indicating that the chocks are properly positioned on the wheel. So the charging time of the rechargeable battery is around 8 to 10 hours. So while its operating time lasts for 10 to 12 hours. So for the evaluation procedure, like I said earlier po sa aming scope and limitation, the evaluation procedure will be obtained from 40 AMT respondents in Clark, Pampanga. Okay, so the respondents are given questionnaires that will assess the chocks handling durability and safety innovated features. So the questionnaires are evaluated using Likert scale po. Okay. So for the project description, the study focuses on the innovation of the current design of the traditional chocks. The researchers construct a chalk that encompasses safety features such as the solar-powered light to determine whether the chocks are properly attached to the wheels of the aircraft. So the solar-powered lights serve as an indication if the chocks are intact with the wheel. So when the chocks are intact with the wheel, the LED lights will light up. Hence, the mechanics will note that the chocks are properly placed when they see the lights. So rechargeable batteries are used to make the project sustainable. So heat from the sun will generate energy to charge the batteries to make them available and reliable when needed to use in operations even without the effort of charging. Okay, so for the project capabilities and limitation, the solar-powered light shocks possess a safety features that benefits the mechanics while in the field, resulting in enhanced ground safety. Solar-powered light shocks are capable of securing the aircraft while on ground, especially when on ramp, hangar, or when engine startup is ongoing. So it is also capable of withstanding bad weather conditions such as rain and strong winds. Okay? So these are the results, the data po na nag-gather namin for the demographic profile. For the assessment of the chocks in terms of handling, in terms of durability, in terms of safety, and lastly, in terms of visibility. So for our conclusion, number one, most of the respondents are working in the field in the range of 1 to 5 years as aircraft mechanic technicians and aircraft mechanic apprentice. Number two, the use of solar-powered light shocks in the field increases the level of safety of the ground or increases the level of safety of the aircraft and aircraft mechanics in terms of handling, durability, safety, and visibility. So it possesses acceptable qualities that guarantees its purpose. Number three, the solar-powered light shocks are proven to possess good features that significantly increase safety in ground operations, especially in low visibility conditions. Lastly, pertaining to the number four in summary findings, to prolong the battery life, use a mechanism that performs the same function but conserves battery power. Okay? So for our recommendation, number one, the results of the survey indicate that strong positive feedback regarding the durability of thick wood, such as Omni Aviation Corp may wish to consider incorporating this material into their chocks. So survey participants agreed yellow LED lights improve chocks visibility in various lighting conditions, including low light and bright environments and from a distance. So Omni Aviation Corp may benefit from incorporating them. And lastly, according to the comments from the survey participants, the incorporation of the rubber enhances the stability and grip of chocks, particularly in wet conditions. So Omni Aviation Corp may wish to consider utilizing rubber in their chocks design. So that's it for that's all for our presentation. Thank you.